Welcome to Easy Crypto. I'm Crypto Kip, and this is your daily dose of crypto. I want to talk a little bit today about some of the world news at large in cryptocurrency and finance. Make sure you guys tap the subscribe button down below. Give us a like. Make sure you leave some comments down in the chat box. Also, make sure that you do check out our referral links because you can get some free money towards Femex and Crypto.com. Going to be adding more of those as we go along. So the date is March 2nd, 2022. Thanks for tuning in, guys. So a couple of the top stories for the day. We're going to talk a little bit about Fed Chair Powell today. We're going to talk about the Ukraine crisis, and we're going to talk about sanctions and donations going on in crypto. Crypto's hitting the mainstream, guys. Been involved with it for a while, but it's time to tell the world about it from our own platform here at Easy Crypto. So let's jump in. So looking at the crypto prices for the week, Bitcoin soaring up 7 days, looking at 17.22% over the last week. Absolutely beautiful. Currently sitting at a market cap of $836 billion, getting closer to that $1 trillion threshold. We want to see Bitcoin back up on its way to the all-time highs because we all know if Bitcoin's going up, altcoins are going to follow. Ethereum, BNB, XRP, and the rest of them. Can't go wrong with your top 10. Ethereum up 13.05% for the week. BNB 10%. XRP 10%. Terra Luna up 53.20% for the week. Absolutely unbelievable. Those are just a couple of the top gainers, but we're on our way back up. We'll see what happens. These could be some short-term gains. These could be moving more towards that long-term bull market. We're all kind of waiting in limbo. We're seeing, are we in that bull market still, or are we really encroaching that bear market? I'm personally bullish. This is not financial advice, but we want to keep you up to date with the latest and the greatest. So Bitcoin struggling with that 44,500 price level. I saw a little bit of spike here. It's 435 on Wednesday here, the 2nd, and we were looking at a little spike up here in the Bitcoin price, but we're still struggling. 44.5. We break through. Our next target price could be around that 55K price level, actually, which would be, fantastic. For all you leverage traders out there, that might be the wave you're looking for. Do be careful if you're using leverage, guys. Definitely risky, but definitely a useful tool when it comes to crypto and finance. Let's jump into some of the stories for the day. So, Federal Chair Powell, this guy, the chair of the Federal Reserve, he is talking crypto, guys, and it should get you excited. Quote, war underscores the need for crypto regulation, he says. He actually testified before the House Financial Services Committee on the state of the economy. I'm going to quote him here. This is an article from CoinDesk, actually. So the Ukraine-Russia conflict underscored the need for congressional action on digital finance, including cryptocurrencies, Powell said. We have this industry which has many parts to it, and there isn't in place the kind of regulatory framework that needs to be there. And I love what I'm hearing. If he's talking about putting in regulation, you look at Michael Saylor, you look at some of the biggest holders in cryptocurrency. These guys want regulation to come in. If regulation comes in, that's actual mainstream crypto. Lately, you're seeing some of these big holders come out, like some of these large Fortune 500 companies, and come out and announcing, they're holding Bitcoin. People think, the peak's already happened. This is a long-term strategy, guys. Bitcoin and crypto is still in its infancy. And you got Jerome Powell sitting in this committee talking about it in a real way for the first, we are in the last 2 years, last year, and today with this news, increasingly, there is more demand and there is more seriousness taken to when you start talking about regulating and making crypto mainstream and making it a part of just everyday life. Here's a perfect example. So we all know what's going on right now with the war in Russia and Ukraine. Russia is invading Ukraine, and it's tragic. Hearts go out to everybody out in Ukraine. But what we're seeing is not only hearts are going out to everybody in Ukraine, but crypto wallets are also extending their generosity to Ukraine. There's actually, I'm looking here, this is another CoinDesk article, $40 million in donations have actually been extended to people in Ukraine as contributions. This is unbelievable. Dogecoin's being accepted, Solana's being accepted, Bitcoin's being accepted, Ethereum, USDT. Cryptocurrency is a hero to some of these Russians and Ukrainians that are being absolutely burdened by some of these banking regulations that are going into place. We do know, and here's another article, crypto exchanges are being requested to actually enforce these sanctions, and they want to box out some Russian citizens. Well, that's not too fair for somebody sitting in Russia that might not agree with Putin but can't really vocalize it, right? Just because Russia's out to war doesn't necessarily mean that a citizen in Russia, has a beef with Ukraine or wants the war in the first place. So for us to punish them financially, and that these sanctions were coming in and we're shutting down their banks, essentially. You have a run for cash. People are running to the banks to pull out their cash. People are going to ATMs in Russia. They can't even get money out of the ATMs. They can't get money out of the banks. People are flooding to the banks in Russia, and they're sanctioning these banks. Russia was cut out of SWIFT, which is a financial communication service internationally. That's a huge piece of news. A lot of sanctions, but these crypto exchanges, they're not boxing people out. And you've got Kraken's CEO coming out and defending the Russian people, right? The Russian people deserve to be defended. Just because you're a Russian citizen doesn't mean that you don't deserve to have access to your money. And the Ukrainian people who are in panic absolutely deserve access to their money because they're getting attacked, obviously, by Russia. So we want to make sure that we're able to fund them. We want to make sure they're able to have access to their banking. They're able to have access to their money. If they're a refugee, for example, say you need to pick up your life. You're a refugee in Ukraine. You need to pick up your life and you need to move out of Ukraine and you need to go to a bordering country. Well, how are you going to transfer your funds if your bank's blown up by a bomb? Really unprecedented times, but highlighting the need for cryptocurrency. Fed Chair Powell agrees. That's what his comments are. These sanctions are absolutely brutal to the banking system, but they're absolutely magnificent and highlighting some of the absolute necessities that crypto brings to our world, to me, to you, to somebody in Russia, to somebody in Ukraine. We are right on the brink. I still believe that crypto is in its infancy. Make sure that you're staying up to date. Make sure you're checking out all the new content that we're going to be putting out, guys. If you have any questions, comments, you want us to check out a particular coin, make sure you put it in the comments below. We'd love to make a video specific to what you guys like. I'm going to keep coming at you with our latest stories in crypto day to day. Let's see what happens here. Keep an eye out on Russia and Ukraine. Keep an eye out for that breakout above the $44,500 price level for Bitcoin. If we can get above 50K again, we'll get to party together, guys. Well, be safe, stay well. This is Easy Crypto. I'm Crypto Kip. Take care, y'all.